Hey everyone, Chris Barker here, and today I want to introduce you to our fishing store EPOS system. I want to show you how you could use it within your tackle or fishing shop to actually grow your business using the features we've got. So I'm going to show you through things like sales screen, I'm going to show you through stock control, reordering, customer loyalty, customer marketing, screen advertising. I'm going to show you basically a load of features that will give you the tools basically within your business to help you maximize your profits, become more efficient, and ultimately grow your business. The first section I want to talk you through today is security or logging in. Now, obviously security is vitally important for your business because we need to know which members of staff have done which things within your business. You need to know that you're secure basically. So we have three main ways of logging in. You can log in on a username and password like so. Now obviously if you were using the likes of a tablet or a back office PC, you probably use username and password. You can log in on a swipe card, the likes of these. It's basically you swipe down the side of your screen and you can log in. Or you can do what most businesses who've got a full system like this do, which is log in through your fingerprint. So if you see, if I put my thumb on now, you'll see it says log out Chris because it knows that Chris is logged in. If I then come on, if you pretend this is a different person, if I log in as a junior member of staff like so, it'll then basically, it will restrict all the features so I haven't got access to things like accounting. If I come back on as an owner of a business, I can put my thumb on like so and it'll log me back in and it'll give me my access level again. This basically means that you can go through and you can pick what features each member of staff is allowed to do, and you can basically make your EPOS system secure. Next, I want to talk you through sales screen. So I would say the sales screen is arguably the most important thing for your business. The reason it's the most important thing is because it allows you to take your money off your customers. So with that being said, we've designed a demo database for an angling store or for a fishing store or for a tackle store, depending on what you are. So we've designed this around working angling stores. Now, if you don't like the way this screen looks, there are multiple options, multiple templates on the screen now for you to have a look through. You can literally pick through loads of different options and see what works for you. I would say we've worked with quite a lot of angling stores over the time, and this one's quite a good database for actually getting your products through in the way you want them. So the way that it works is, if you've got a barcode, you can scan the barcode like so, and it will come up quantity, name of the product, selling price. So it puts it into the cart. Because people buy a lot of products or have the ability to buy a lot of products, we've made your cart really big here so that you can actually see all the different products that are going in as they're scanned. Now, this side of the screen is for things like big bulky items for your fast selling lines, and also stuff without barcode. So you might have bait without barcode. When you press them, it's as if you scan the barcode like so. Same if we do clothing, when we press them, again, it's like we've scanned the barcode. If you see there, you've got, that one's gone orange because that's part of a special offer. So we can double click down the bottom and it will show us what special offers are on, which is 2 t-shirts for £29. If we did another one, it would actually, it would do the offer price for you. So we have your total running across the top here. So if we want to actually take money, so if we want to take on money off the customer, we can do 200, let's do 200 and, let's cancel that. Even, let's do £260 like so. Once I press cash drawer will open like so, and then what will happen is we'll print a receipt. Now the receipt will have your logo rather than ours on it. It'll have store address, phone number, order number, till number, who you were served by, date and time, all the products you bought, subtotal VAT, total tender change. You've got QR code on the bottom, so you can have this, and if they scan that on the phone, it can take them to your website or to your Facebook page, etc. And we also have a barcode on it. Now the barcode is really useful because if you scan the barcode like so, it brings up everything within that transaction. So it means if someone came back for a refund at any time, you can actually click the product like so, and you could refund it, and it'll ask you whether it can go back into stock, and this particular time I've said no, so it goes to minus £99.99. Now if you want, you could do an exchange over the top, again like so, and what will happen there is, so if we want to do multiple ones like so, it'll put them all into the cart, and it'll still say that we owe the customer £94.02. Now if you want, you can refund them, cash, card, cheque, or the one I like most of all in my store, which is a credit note. So I press that, and what will happen is that will print me a credit note like so, which is valid for the next 6 months in store. And then your customer can spend that whenever they want. Now, what's good about that for you is about 40% of people never use their credit note in store. So it basically means that money's not actually leaving your business, and it's also a good bit of branding because it'll have your logo and stuff on it in their purse or their wallet. Okay, show you a couple of other quick features. So if I press OK there, it's just going to give me another section here where I can return that product to a manufacturer if you want. There's a return section set up. So if we scan products like so, and we put a couple in like so, we can click the question mark on the product, and it'll got a picture and text on that particular product. So this gives us our basic stock information at point of sale. So you've got picture, you've got text. You can change your picture literally by double clicking, and you could add another picture on from your computer. You've got the ability, if you've got multiple sites, to see how many you've got in each store at each time. You've got different selling prices, so you can have as many, you might charge different prices for each product. So for instance, in my store, I've got 8 prices for every product. I have retail price, wholesale / trade price, I've got staff discount, gold, silver, bronze customers, I've got online price, and then I've got one-off price for certain customers. So I've got certain customers who get a discount versus everyone else on certain products. You've got the ability to discount an individual product here and then. You've got stock information like how many you've got in stock, your reorder levels, your min maxes, etc. Right, you've got a couple of other features that are really useful here. So you can press print label like so, and if you want, you press that, 2 buttons like that, and that'll produce you a label for that product. Now, how long does it take you to produce labels in your store? I would imagine it's quite a bit longer than that. So you can do that. You can find all wholesalers who sell that product, and it'll search our database and see if we've got any wholesalers who sell them. It'll also check prices, and you can see how much other people charge for those products online. So that's some basic stock info. Now, what we've done so far is we've scanned load of products that are in the system. If I scan a product that's not in the system like so, it will then come up with our new product screen. Now, how long does it take you to put a product on in store? I imagine it takes a fair old amount of time. Well, if it does, to put it on in our system, you could literally put a name and selling price, and you could actually sell the product. Or we can press this button here, which will search our database. It finds out what the product is, what a possible price is for it. Press accept. It's then in your cart for good, so it's put it in. So basically that means whenever I scan it from now on, it's now in the system. So again, it's a really clever way to get your products in really quickly. As well as that, you've got loads of other little features that you can do at point of sale. So you've got loads of special functions. So we could do stock options. So we could, if all those products were damaged, so if you had a load of bait that had gone out of date, you can mark it down as waste, like so. That'll take it off your stock, off your profits, and report it out for you at the end of the week, month, year. You could also do mark it down as shop use if you wanted to give someone a sample, etc. You can do discount options, so you could discount. Well, do you give discounts in store? If you do, you could scan a few products like so. You could go discount options, and you could knock, say, 10% off the entire cart, and it'll knock 10% off the entire cart. If I put it back on like so, or I could also knock it down to, say, £5, like so. And when I do that and that, it'll knock it down to £5. Just so you know, it records who's given the discount and when they've given the discount as well. I'll just quickly remove those offers. A few other dead quick features you've got there. You've got the ability to add customers in. You've got invoicing if you do any trade customers, etc. And then you've got a load of other little features. Last thing I'll quickly show you on the sales screen. I don't know whether you get it. I get it all the time in my store where people will come to the counter, you'll start serving them, and then they want to have a conversation. Well, if they want to have a conversation, that's fine. They can by all means do that. You can then switch carts, like so, switch to cart 2, serve someone else for £5 cash. It'll open the cash door like so, it will complete the transaction, and then we can go back to cart 1, and everything that we scanned originally is still there. You can have as many carts as you want, you're not restricted to the 4 that are there. Last thing I will say is you've got scales hooked up there, so if you do anything by weight, you can use your weight there. You can have variable weighted products, so when you put the weight on, it'll take that weight and it'll take it off your big bag or big sack, and it'll take that particular weight, and it can even give discounts the more weight they buy. Just now that we've finished our sales screen, I want to quickly run through one extra feature for you, which is customer orders. Now, you might do, customer orders on its own can be its own section. Our customer order section will let you do special orders for customers. It'll let you manage deliveries. It can even, organise everything for you and send texts and things to your customers. So, do you do special orders for your customers? do you do deliveries? Well, if you do, customer order section is what you would typically do it in. So what we can do is we can scan products like so. We can put them in the cart. We could also find a product that you don't necessarily have in stock. So if we go here and we go find item, let's just press that one and search. Oh, sorry, cancel that. We just want to search for everything. So say you don't sell those particular hooks online, like so. You can put them both in the cart like I've just done. Or say you haven't got them in stock will be a better point. We can then, what we can do is we can select the customer. So I'm going to quickly do select customer here. So we quickly pick a customer and then we can go customer orders like so. Now, if we click new order, what it'll do is it'll fill in the order based on what we've currently got in stock. Like so. I can even add this button here and it'll create a special order for any products I don't have. Once I press accept like so, it puts it into the cart for me. I can then print the order out, I can print delivery notes, I can take deposits on the customer order. I can even have it when the product arrives in stock or when I go out for delivery that it sends a text direct to the customers. Essentially, the customer order section on its own is a separate piece of software, or could be a separate piece of software. You know, we've got businesses who run their entire business off their customer order section. So it's a really comprehensive feature that I've barely scratched the surface of. But as with the sales screen, everything we're doing is about speeding up your time. We don't want you to have multiple books like underneath your counter and stuff. We want it to all be managed through the one system. So we want to speed you up wherever possible. We want to make it so that you're able to give your customers the best service possible. The next section I want to talk about within your business is stock control. Now, stock control, although being quite boring, is vitally important for your business. So with that, we've got quite a big stock section. We've got your stock manager where you can hold everything about the product. Basically, you can hold like item name, you can hold all your different suppliers for that product, all your different supplier costs, all your different barcodes, your pack sizes, your pictures, your text. Even if you've got like kits, you might have like a C rod kit that's got your rod, it's got your reel, it's got hooks, it's got all these different things. Whenever you sell a product, it can take all those individual products off the main product or off the kit product, which you can do there. You can do that in formula based as well. You've got schedule pricing adjustments, you've got types manager, supply data importer, so you can import your own data. You can also import data direct off our servers. You've got supplier manager, but the one I really want to talk to you about is replenish stock. So if I was to ask you how do you place orders within your store, probably most of you would say that you'd go around with like a pen and pad and you'd go over to your shelf and you'd do different sections and you'd mark down what you need. Well, that's fine. You could carry on the same way if you want. That's the way I used to do it within my store. What I'd say is that you're not normally that efficient by doing that. You miss products out, you over order, you under order on some things. It's not that efficient. So we used to do it that way, and what we did is we changed to going through an automated reorder using our system. We managed to cut 18 man hours a week off our reordering basically, and we became much more efficient. So I would strongly advise that you use the system to do things that it can do and automate tasks that can be automated. So if you want to place an order through the system, press create new order like so, and then you can create an order in a number of ways. You can do a blank order, you can do based on previous sales, you could do based on a previous order. The one I'd want you to really do in an ideal world is based on min-max, which is basically saying when I get down to 5 of these, reorder me back to a pack of 20, which it'll do. So if we do that, we pick a supplier like so, and we press accept. What that'll do is that's created me an order for £3,121. So if I want to see what's in the order, I press edit items like so, and what it'll do is it works out everything I've sold within the store within the last time frame. So it'll show me that I'm ordering 15 ESP camo t-shirts. It shows me total sold last 7 days, last week, last month, last year. You could do it on all the different products. It gives you all your stats down here. Now bear in mind this is a demo database, so the data might not be exactly the way that you would have it in your store, but the principle is exactly the same. So if you decided I didn't want to order those products based on my stats, you can select products like so, you can delete items, and what that'll do is it'll take it off your order for you. You can also press search, and that'll show you everything within your stock file, so you can add to your order there and then. If you press this button here, it'll check products that you could buy from somewhere else cheaper. So you might have the same product which you could buy from multiple suppliers. You might want to sometimes order it from a more expensive supplier based on the fact you're doing an order with them, or you know it'll be in quicker. Or you might always hold out for your cheapest price, but that might take a bit longer time. So it gives you the ability to be intelligent with that. You've got the ability to have seasonal mins and maxes, because you obviously might hold more stock in the winter versus the summer based on how much sells, or vice versa. And then once you're happy with your order, so an order's gone down to £2,366 now, you can email your order, you can print it, you can phone it, you can fax it, it can all be done from here. The last thing I'll really say about stock control is the system learns for you, so it becomes intelligent. What it does is it analyses what you sell when you sell it, and then it can basically suggest where it thinks you hold too much stock or where it thinks you don't hold enough stock. So it basically learns for you. What that'll then do is allow you to reduce stock on products that aren't selling as well and increase stock on things that sell better. That will then make you more efficient. It'll mean you hold less stock that you shouldn't need to, and make it so that you can actually be much more profitable within your business. The next section I want to talk you through is statistics. So within your business, knowing what's selling and when it's selling and who it's selling to is vitally important. So if I go into our accounting section here, you've got the ability to see loads of different things. You can look at custom reports that are built specifically for you. You've got staff manager, instant log, you've got cash up manager, you've got change statistics, which allows you to look at multi-sites. So if you've got multiple stores, you can see how they perform against each other. The one I'm actually going to look at though is selected store statistics, which allows me to see how this individual store is performing. So I pick our dates I want to look at. Let's do it a little bit shorter period. So you pick dates you want to look at, and it'll show you what has actually sold within that store. Remember, this is a demo database, so don't worry if your figures aren't quite as high as this, but it'll show you quantity sold, item name, supplier cost, selling price, profit. It'll show you gross income, net income, stock cost, profit after VAT, backable income, VAT-free income, estimate transactions, cash card, check, mail orders, vouchers, and on credit. You've got the ability to see average income, average stock cost, average net profit, average number of transactions, your different percentages, so be it your markup or your POR, and then you've got how are you doing versus last week, last month, last year. You want them to all be green because that means that we're making more money than we were previously. From that, there are loads of different filters you can put on, so be it cash purchases, car purchases, vouchers, manufacturer, tax rate, member of staff, type, subtype, etc. Whatever filters you put on, once you've selected them, you can press show details, it'll change your stats. Now from that, there are charts and reports here. There are loads of different charts and reports. I'm not going to bore you with them all, but I'll show you a few that might really help you think about how to grow your business. So you've got account summary daily. So you've got each day of the week, income, non-VAT, expenditure, tax, profit. You can do it daily, weekly, monthly. You can export that to like Sage, QuickBooks or Xero. We've got integrations with all of them. You've got best income lines, worst income lines, best selling lines, worst selling lines, best profit lines, worst profit lines. You've got sales summary by category. So you could say how is marine performing against freshwater, or you could then say within baits what's performing well, and it will show you which categories are performing well. You've got miscellaneous sales report, which basically shows you anything that could be a theft by a member of staff. Now, I've unfortunately caught 3 members of staff who stole over £3,000 from me. If you want to see a video on how we caught them and what we did to catch them, etc., that's available on our YouTube channel. But suffice to say, the system's recording anything that could be a theft. You've got petty cash overview, which shows money in and out the till. You've got repeat purchase offers, which shows how all your multi-buys are performing. I'm not going to bore you with all these. As you gather, there are loads and loads and loads of different reports that you can do. You've got detailed cash up report, you've got banking summary, etc., which allows you to show money in and out of both the cash up and into your bank. You've got staff performance, so you can see how much money each member of staff has made for you and what products they've actually sold. Now, to give you an idea, in my store, I have one member of staff whose average spends around the £8 mark, and the other one who's £32. Which member of staff do I want to be serving more customers? Obviously, we've got loads of other staff in the middle, but I want my member of staff with the highest transaction value to be serving more customers if possible. If you do any account customers, you've got customer statements, you've got full invoicing as well. I'm not going to bore you with the rest of these. You've got income generated per hour a day, income generated per day of the week, income generated over multiple months, income generated per member of staff per hour a day. You get the idea. There are hundreds and hundreds of reports that I won't bore you with them all. If you've got multi-sites, you can see a pie chart of how each store performs against each other. You can also do that in a line chart like so. That's pretty much it. I just want to quickly, while I've got this book open, I'll quickly show you. There's full invoices, and you've also got all these different labels that are all produced through our shelf edge label maker, which allows you to, obviously, bear in mind they're not all from from a fishing shop, but you can see all the different styles of labels you can do. I'll show you labels properly later on. Basically, the statistics allow you to see how your business is performing. You can look here, you can see what's selling and when it's selling, etc. It allows you to make informed decisions about your business. And I want you to be able to have this data at hand to then be able to make informed decisions to help you grow your business. Now that I've just finished statistics, I just want to quickly show you one of our new sections, which is our web portal. If I click on our web portal here, this is like an overview of everything you do within our system. So this is accessed completely via the cloud. What we can do here is we can go in and we can pick all stores, we can pick this month. What it'll do is it'll give us an overview of our business. It'll show us total new customers, total number of transactions, products sold, total income, best income, loyalty versus non-loyalty customers. You've also got total amount of refunds. It gives you an overview of your best selling products. You can look at your best hours of the day, the best days of the week. So if I do that one there, show me what best hours of the day, best days of the week, best months of the year, etc. You can see average transactional income. If you've got multi-sites, it'll let you see stores against each other. So it'll show you that store 3 has more transactions, whereas actually store 2's got a higher income. You've got total number of new customers added, etc. So it breaks it all down for you, showing you what stores are signing up the most customers. You've also got the ability to manage your keys, so you can download the software from here, you can move your keys around, you can add the software to new computers or take it off computers. You've got the ability to purchase from here, you can view all your tutorials, so you can view all your videos on how to actually do stuff. You've got the ability to download software, and you can also change all your templates. This essentially is your hub for anything you do within our system. You can use this to manage your account and actually set up all your different sites and stuff from here. This is a brand new feature. We're adding loads of features to it as we go, but I think you'll find it's a really good section for managing to organise your entire business in one place. The next section I want to talk to you about is customer loyalty, or CRM, or customer rewards. It's by far and away the most important section within our EPOS for your business. It allows you to grow using the data you've got on your customers. So the way we'd normally go about it is I'll show you how you sign a customer up and what information you take. So if we do that, we click on new customers if we come in the sales screen like so, and it'll bring up this section here. Now in this section, it's the information you hold on your customers. So I would make sure that you take full name, I'll take postal address so we can write them a letter, I'll take email address so we can send them an email and we can upload their customer list to Facebook or to Google or to YouTube. I would also take their mobile number so we can send them a text, and again, so we can upload that list to different social media platforms. That's the information you take. Normally what you'd do is you'd sign them up and you'd give them a card like so. Now, the card is there as a little piece of branding for you that goes in their purse or their wallet, and it constantly, subconsciously reminding them about your business. So just by getting people signed up to your loyalty scheme, you find that their average spend and the amount of transactions they do, they all increase. Now, I'll show you why that is anyway, but normally when you sign someone up, you've got to give them something in return. So you'd normally give them things like points, or you give them discounts, or you give them special prices for them, or multi-buy offers, or buy this and you get this free, or you'll get this free gift if you're a loyalty customer. Whatever it is, the most important thing in your business, bar none, is your customers and knowing who your customers are. For me, I would do anything in my powers to sign up customers in my retail store. The more we know about our customers, the more value we have. Just so you do know as well, if you were to ever look at selling your business, the value that's actually in it is not in your location or your products or even your services. It's in your customers and your customer list. So the better your customer list, is, the more value your business is worth. Okay, so if I come to our customer section here, you'll see there's loads of different features in here. You've got things like vouchers, you've got second screen advertising, which I'll show you later. You've got special offers, customer groups, so you could say split out your marine customers from your freshwater customers. You've got or your sea customers from your freshwater. You've got customer orders, you've got customer invoices, and then the two sections I'm going to focus on now, which is our customer database and our marketing campaign. If I click on customer database like so and press show details, this will bring up all of my customers. So if I pick one of the customers like so and press individual customer stats, this will break down what this customer or how this customer has interacted with our business. So it'll show us what days of the week they come in. So they've been in on a Tuesday, a Thursday and a Sunday, and they spend most on a Sunday. It'll show me how often they revisit, it'll show me what hours of the day they come in, it'll give me their average transactional spend. So there are only 3 ways to grow your business. If I was to ask most of you how to grow your business, you'd all answer the same way, which is to get more customers. Now that is a very valid way to grow your business. However, it's only one of 3 ways. The other 2 are increase your average spend, which is that figure there, and increase the amount of visits that your customer does to your business. If it was me, I would focus on those 2 more than I would about getting new customers, because that way when you get more customers in, their average spend is going to increase and the amount of visits they do is going to increase, so it's going to have this snowball effect on your business. It's also been proven that it's 9 times cheaper to get an existing customer to spend again than it is to get that new customer. So for me, I'll be focusing on that part of your business. What I'm showing here is about one customer as an individual. You can do one customer, but you can also do all customers like so. So if I press refresh stats now, this will show me all customers. You'll see that all customers' average transactional value is 245 in this store. It's a demo database, so your average spend will probably be considerably lower than that, but in an ideal world, you want to try and get it to that sort of level. You've got things like yearly spends and refunds, etc. as well. You can see what products this individual customer has bought, like so, or you can also look at what products everyone in store has bought. So if we picked something like Worms Way Out and press show details, this will show we sold 3,133 with average number of being purchased when we sell one, or average number of other products being bought 2.5, and average spend of £32 when you sell that product. That's much lower than the average spend of the store. So we've got to look at how could we increase that average spend, what products could we link, sell with it, etc. It'll also break down like months of the year that you're busiest, times of the year you're busiest on that product. You do that for one, just so you know. If we pick another product, something like, let's pick a reel. So if we press that here and press show details, this will show a completely different set of stats with an average spend of £580. That's obviously much more likely to have a higher average spend because the product itself is much higher. What you want to do is work on what's selling with, or which products sell with which other products, and how can we increase our linked sales, how can we link our store together better. That data gives you that information to do that. Quick other feature that's in here, you can look at like best spend periods for, say, we could look at, say in this case, our best spend week ever for all customers. Press refresh stats and it'll show us what our best spend week is within the history of the store. So it gives us those stats that are really useful. Okay, so that's data, and now data can be really useful for you, but it's how do you go about using that information within your business. I'll show you some ways. So if I was to ask you who are your best customers, most of you would be able to give me, say, 4 or 5. If I was to say who are your best 200 customers, you might struggle a little bit more. If I was to ask you how many customers have you lost in the last year, again, you'd probably not be able to give me the answer. So we might want to say over £100. No, let's say over £200. £200 in store. So what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to create a list of customers who spent over £200 in store. If we press customer statistic, which is based on, we want to look at anyone who spent in the last 3 years over £200. Press go, and that will show me I've got 3,864. If I was to then say, well, how many of those customers have we actually lost that don't shop with us anymore? We can then just press and. Number of visits in the last, say, 3 months equals 0, like so. And that'll show us that we've lost 2,660 of our best customers have not been in our business within the last 3 months. Would that be a useful piece of information for you? What would you do to try and get those customers back? Let's just quickly, I'll make this a little bit better for you. I'll say any customer, we'll say total spend of customers is in the last 3 years is over £500, because you might think to yourself, well, I'm not that worried about someone who spent over £200. You probably, let's quickly edit that again. Let's just move that one up Move up and move up. And I want to see, actually what we'll do, quickly take that, I'll delete that and I'll put it back on again. Because you might not be that interested in anyone who spent over £200, but you might be really interested in people who spent over 500. So if I press recalculate now, it shows we've got 1,500 customers who spent over £500. Well, let's say, let's say who of our best customers, the people who spent over £500, have we actually lost? So do exactly the same again, in the last 3 months equals 0, like so. And it'll say of the 1,511, when I press that, 932 are lost. Is that useful for you? What would you do to get those customers back? How much money would you spend? Would you give them a £50 voucher based on the fact they've spent over £500? I would, because I want them back into store and I know how much money they're worth to me if I can get them back as a customer. They are the perfect customer for you to target. Now, just so you do know, you could do like, your lists could be endless. I've got thousands and thousands of lists on my database. So you could do things like anyone who's bought a reel, anyone who's bought bait, anyone who's bought bait, so bought worms but never bought another type of bait, anyone who's bought bait but never bought a reel. You could look at people who've bought, spent the most in a day, the least in a day, your average spend, your best customers, your worst customers. You can do customers who live in a particular area, people who've got birthdays coming up if you've taken the birthday information. It's actually whatever list you can create. Once we've got that list of customers now, we can do something with it. We can go about getting them back. So what I did this in my store. So if you want to see what we did in my store, go to our YouTube channel and watch the video on there. But basically, we found when we looked at our lost customers that I'd lost 1,286 customers in the last 12 months. Now, I do this a lot, so I'm constantly focusing on my data, and I'd still lost 1,200 customers. How many do you think you would lose or would have lost if you haven't been chasing your customers all the time? Anyway, so what we did is we went about sending a text message to our customers. We sent one text message with a £10 off gift voucher. We managed to reactivate 253 of those customers, and they spent £12,000 in the weekend. Would £12,000 be useful for your business? It was massively useful for my business. So not only did we do that, we then actually went about doing a whole other set of campaigns to try and get those lost customers, those 1,200 lost customers back. We reactivated about 480 over the course of the year, and then we've shown videos on how we turn those customers into £80,000 worth of income to my business. So again, how vital is that for you? Once you've got your list, I'll quickly show you what you can do with it. So we've created a list here. If we look at this, I've already created a text message which says, hi, we've missed you in store, please accept £10 off in store. I've set up a voucher in there, and then I've set up a test campaign. So if I press test campaign and run campaign like so, if we give it 20-30 seconds, what we're going to find is that it's going to send a text message. So there you go. Text message is loaded up. It says, hi Chris, we've missed you in store, please accept a gift. This £10 gift off us to be spent in store this weekend. We look forward to seeing you. Thanks, Premier EPOS. And there's the code. That text message was sent like that. That would have gone out in, if we'd sent that to our other customers, it would have gone out to 900 customers. Literally, as soon as you send that, you'd actually start getting results. Just like I said before, though, you can export your customer list. You can put it in CSV, Excel, MailChimp. You can then also upload that list of customers to Facebook, and you can put an offer that's specifically for them. It's so powerful, the data that's held within your business. If you're not using it, you are missing out on massive amounts of income. I strongly advise you set up a loyalty scheme and use our system to do it. Next, I want to talk to you about labels or shelf edge labels, depending on what it is you're trying to produce. So within our system, we've got a completely independent label maker that allows you to be really efficient and really quick in creating labels. So as I've already shown before, if you want to create a label for a product, you can scan a product, click the question mark next to it, like so. Press print label, print, and what that'll do is it'll print from this label printer here. If I wanted to do a little bit of like a sticky label for that product, say if I haven't got a barcode or anything, I can do a way out label like so, which is basically this particular one here is actually it's designed for way out, so it would attach to your scales as well. That will produce a sticky label that can be stuck on the product. So again, I would think that's miles quicker than, well, in fact, I know it's quicker than any label printer that you're currently using or any label software you're currently using, because we've had multiple customers who bought our software just for the ability to print labels. If you want to actually do custom Labels. You go into our label designer like so. Let's pick that printer there. And we're going to quickly do layout label. If I press edit, I can press design. If I don't like the way a label looks, I drag it, drop it, change it. I can add a picture like so. Let's see what pictures we've got in here. Have we got anything? Desktop. Pictures. There you go, there's a blank wallpaper that we can shove on there like so. So you see how easy it is to actually design a label for your business. We've also got, there's about 50 labels on our label database. You can by all means take them, you can download your own, you can change them, you can edit them. A few other features I'll quickly show you there from here. If I want to produce labels from stock, so if I do show recent price changes like so, select all them, add selected. If I do that, if I wanted to produce, I'll quickly go to receipt label. So if I want to produce labels from stock, press print preview and print. What this will do is it'll print all our price change labels there and then. Done. How long, how much time has that just saved you? I would say typically that would take 10-20 minutes to do that in most businesses. We've just done it in seconds. So you're able to do that. Quickly we'll show you, you've got the ability to do labels from way out. So if you sell anything by weight, you can produce a label, like your sticky label here, but it'll have your weight on it and it'll work out the price based on the amount of weight that you've done. You've got the ability to import label styles, you can load existing lists, etc. You can go around with your handheld or with your tablet and actually produce a list of labels to be produced, and then you can press print and it will just go about it. You can obviously do your A4 labels that I showed you earlier on, but I'll quickly show you again. So you can obviously do labels like this. They're all different labels that have been produced using our label system. Essentially, you can design any label you want, be it a little label like that, you can do A4 labels, you can do big posters, all designed from our label maker. And as I say, it's that comprehensive that multiple businesses have bought our software just for this ability to have just this label maker. Next, I want to talk to you about screen advertising. So with our software, you get screen advertising within the package. So as you can see here, we've got actually a screen attached to the back of our till. Now this is a great revenue adder to your business basically. So I don't pay for my tills in my store. What I've done is I've committed my reps to pay me to advertise on the screen. So I've got 10 reps paying me £10 a week each, and then what they do is they basically promote their products within my store. It's great for a number of reasons because it increases the amount of sales on the product. It also, I play them all off against each other, so they all want to advertise and they all want to give me better promotions. As well as that, I charge other local businesses to advertise in my store. Again, it's another great revenue stream, which means I don't have to pay for my till. So that's great. Now, as well as that, obviously it's rotating adverts, as you can see now. It's putting adverts in front of the customers that rotate every 15 to 30 seconds, depending on how long they're set up for. Which has a massive added advantage of, one, it's showing the customers products, but two, the research says that people will stay in a queue 5 times longer if they've got something to watch. So that's what we're giving them. As well as that, it also doubles up as a rear customer display. So when you put products in the cart like so, it will add them to the cart and it will display the prices and stuff to the customers. So that's great. It will also, because it's intelligent and learning off your loyalty scheme, if I press select edit customer, pick a customer like so, it will suggest products they normally buy that they haven't bought today. You'll probably find that between 1 in every 10 and 1 in every 20 customers remembers they've forgotten something. So basically it's a way of adding or increasing to your average transaction value without your members of staff having to do it. Now, if the customer was to give me £100 cash, like so, once I do that, it will then open the cash store and then it will display the change for the customer as well. So it gives them the change as well as you. Once that's, so we'll give it about 30 seconds and then it will switch back to advertising and it will become an advertising screen again. You can have screens in loads of different locations. You can have them attached to your till, you can have them big screens, so we've got people with like 50-inch TVs and stuff all attached to the back screen. It's entirely up to you and how it will work for your business. Now I want to talk to you about our tablet. So as you see here, we've got a tablet set up as well as our full till system. The tablet is exactly the same version as what we've got on the till. Anything you can do on there, you can do on an actual tablet like so. So if I wanted to put a product through, When I press the product, it's putting it into a cart exactly the same. Now you can link this to your label printers, to your receipt printers, to your cash drawers. You can even have barcode scanners and stuff attached as well. If you want, you can actually have a stand and stuff in store so that it'll mount and that'll become your full till system. Now, if you've gone back a couple of years ago, probably 95% of people who bought our system went for a full till system. Now I'd say it's about 50-50. People buy tablets because it gives you this massive advantage of being mobile. It means you're not stuck to having a centralised till system. You can actually have staff out on the shop floor with this, so I do that in my store. You have people walking around serving customers. So it gives you that advantage. Obviously you can do your full stock control, accounting, customers, loyalty, etc. all from this tablet. As well as that, you can actually take it home at the end of the day, so it doubles up as your back office computer. What I'd say to you is it's changed the game. So having a really good tablet like this, it basically means that you don't have to necessarily fork out for a full till system like this. If you've got your own tablet, you can download the software and put it on now. You can get your own, you can even get them off us, depending on what you want. Next, I want to talk to you about our app. So we have a mobile version, again, fairly similar to our tablet in regards to you can do just about everything from a mobile device like a phone. So on here I can do things like stock control, replenishment statistics, I can do chain stats, I can even serve customers off a phone. If you want, you can have a full PDA version that's got a barcode scanner on the top and it becomes like a mobile till essentially. If you've got your barcode scanner and stuff, you use that mainly for creating stock and shelf edge tables and creating orders and picking orders. You've got web orders can be pulled through from here and stuff. Essentially, this is a really good little tool because it's a mobile device that allows you to not have to contact the store for everything. So if I want to see how my store's doing, I'll go on statistics and I'll view how my store's doing live every second of every day. This is actually our third generation of our app. So we've been doing apps for about 7 years. This one's been out for about the last 6 months and it just gives you full control of your business. So that concludes our demonstration today of our Fishing Store EPOS system. I hope you got everything you wanted. What I'd advise you do now is to click on the link below and take a trial of the software, or go to fishing.premiereposlive.com. So that's fishing.premiereposlive.com. Take a trial and see how it will work for your business.